So this morning I was messing around with my scraps and I made a little patchworked baby tee. I was gonna do a patchwork tank, but I was like, what if I just like switch it up since we're going into like fall winter? I don't want to just have like a little tank. So I did it with the baby tee pattern and I think it's so cute. So I still have to do the hems obviously with the double needle, but I did that, which I thought was fun. Might make some of these and have them as like little pre-made items for like pop-ups or whatever. I don't really know, I'm just messing around. And then over here I went ahead and cut the waist down because my original waist went like all the way up here, so I cut it down to the actual waistline. I'm trying to figure out where I want to start the actual waistband because I posted it on TikTok and asked if you guys wanted a higher waistband, a lower waistband, and I had a couple people be like, why don't you make it like the kind of waistband that you can like fold down and you can make it mid-rise, or you can have it up as like a high rise. So I was like, that's a great idea, let me try to figure something out for that. So I'm trying to figure out where I want it to start so that it would look good as like high-waisted but also be able to fold down into a mid-rise or like lower waist without it like looking wonky. So I'm thinking like roughly around there you would be able to like fold it down, maybe a little bit lower, but I don't want it to be so low that then it looks awkward as a high-waisted thing. So yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out. But yeah, the only thing is it's gonna now mess with the little like side detail that I had going on here, the little circle side thing, but that's okay. I think it's literally just gonna cut it completely off pretty much. So that's what we're gonna do. It's fine. So those are the things I'm currently working on. I really want to get something finished because everything's just like in the midst right now, but nothing is done. So I think I'm gonna try to just like finish the pants up, finish the top. I'll finish this while I'm at it too, since I have that thread on my serger, and just like get that done so that when I switch my thread I don't have to be like switching back and forth too much. That's kind of what I'm thinking currently. So I'm gonna cut out a potential waistband and kind of get that going for this. Literally got it perfect like first try. So this is what it looks like all the way up. It's nice and tight, so it like sucks you in but not like too tight or anything, but it's like double layered, so it, you know, feels nicer. And I think it looks really cute. I think it's like the right length for it to not look too awkward, because I feel like if it was lower down then it would look kind of awkward, but I think that it's a really good length for that. And then obviously you can bring it down just a little bit if you want more of that like mid-rise, or you could even go like lower if you really wanted to and do more of like a low waist, which is super cute and fun. I think this is it. I think this is like what it's gonna be. I do still have a teeny tiny bit of that like last little circle detail right there, but you can't really see it too much. You can see it a little bit more on this side. They were a little uneven, but obviously that's not going to be there on the final ones. I'm just gonna get rid of that detail, but I really like these. I think they're super fun and super cute. I just have to hem the bottom of these, which I accidentally made a little too short, so I don't know. These are obviously going to be just like my sample or whatever, but I really like the way they turned out. Okay, so we're gonna get started on the next piece, which is a dress. It's gonna be this, or at least this is what I sketched out for it. I already made the pattern yesterday. I quickly just like sketched it out, and this is the fabric. It's a really beautiful cream knit. It almost looks kind of like terry cloth-ish. It's similar to like the Diana dress fabric, but like smaller knit. I feel like the Diana dress is like a bigger knit, but this one's kind of like smaller, and I'm excited. I think it'll be really cute. So yeah, like I said, I already do have the pattern made, so we're just gonna cut it out and put it together and hope that my pattern making skills were good, because I did not even test this out. So we're just gonna hope for the best. I feel like the good thing about knits is that you just have a lot more wiggle room for fit, so I don't always feel like I have to make like a sample in like a, you know, whatever fabric first, because usually the first one is all right, just because again it's just you have a little more wiggle room. So we're gonna go ahead and start cutting this out and hope for the best. I don't have too much of this fabric, but I have decided to just not care about that as much. If I can only make like 2 of something, then I'll only make 2 of something, but I don't want to like stress myself out about having to make so many, because yeah, I feel like I've always been so stressed about that, and it's like why do I have to do that to myself, you know? So yeah, I'm excited. I think this one's gonna be really cute. I'm very excited about it. So I'm really hoping for the best here. Let's get started. So I roughly put together the dress. Obviously it's missing the like neck finishing, the hem and all of that, but I've put it together and I haven't tried it on yet, so we're gonna go try it on and we'll see how it fits. Okay, here she is. I think this is so cute. Like I said, when it comes to like knits, it's just the fit is always really easy to get just because it stretches. Yeah, I think this is really cute. I think I might try to figure out the sleeves, if I like this or not. I think I have to like mess with it a bit. No, I do like it. I think that's cute. I think it's really cute otherwise. I feel like it's a good length. I just have to add the like neck finishing and she will be golden. I think I can only make like maybe 2 of these, so it's gonna be very limited, but I think it's cute and I think that I'm probably personally gonna wear it quite a bit because I love a good knit dress. It's like comfy if you get bloated. It's like flowy, so you know, you don't have to worry about that too much. And it's really nice. So yeah, there we go. Okay, it is August 23rd and I got a random burst of inspiration yesterday for what I'm gonna actually do with this striped fabric because I started on something earlier on. It was one of the first things, if not the first thing I started making, and I liked it initially and now I'm just like not vibing with it that much. So I wanted to think of something different because I just wasn't loving that idea. I still like it, I just don't love it. So I was like, what else can I do with this fabric? Because it is see-through and stuff, so it's like a little bit different to work with. So I decided that I wanted to make like a fun little matching set moment, and I want to make like some pants and like a little like sweatshirt kind of vibe that you would wear like a bodysuit under, or you could wear like, you know, shorts under or whatever. But I really wanted to go for that vibe, maybe a little less wearable traditionally, but I wanted to get out of the whole like wearable thing for the show because obviously I do have certain pieces that are just like really wearable and not really like super intricate or artistic or anything, which is good because those sell well. But I also wanted to mix in a few more pieces that maybe are a little less traditionally wearable and a little more funky. So I thought this would be a fun little like set to do, which is still, I would say, actually pretty wearable. The pants I think are the lesser wearable, but I think it'll be really cute. So what I'm thinking of doing is taking the pattern for the other pants that I've made so far, the flares, and using that pattern to make this pattern because that one has like little cutouts and stuff and like style lines, but I just want this to be like a straight like flare kind of vibe. So I'm just gonna use this pattern to get that same shape but without the style lines. And I also already have a rib knit to use for the waistband because I also got a rib knit fabric from Style Guys, which is where I got all my other fabrics from. It's actually pretty like thick material, so I thought it would be good to do like the waistbands and like the cuffs for the sweatshirt and like a little turtleneck moment. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm hoping it can be a quick little outfit. But yeah, let's get started on patterning this out. Put the pants together, and since I'm wearing biker shorts, I figured I would just put them on top of this. So I want to see what they look like. Okay, fabric is so stretchy, so it's really gonna need the waistband to like keep it up. Okay, I do think with a waistband it'll work. Also, can we talk about how well I lined up all of the little lines? I guess you really can't see it, but I lined them up pretty well. Anyway, I'm gonna make the waistband so I can cinch this in and see if it like actually stays up nicely on its own. But if it does, I do like these. Super comfy. I think it'll be cute, like I said, with like a bodysuit so that you can see like the legs all the way up to here, or even maybe like shorter like spandex. Not really biker shorts. I don't like that it goes like halfway through my thigh, but yeah, let's cut out the waistband. Okay, I got the waistband on. As you can see, it's like a really nice thick ribbed knit. Let's see if it holds up well. I feel like maybe I should have put some elastic in it and I didn't. But also this rib knit is so thick that I was like, maybe it just doesn't need anything more than that to keep it up. I mean, it works. It stays up. This is what it looks like. I think it's cute, actually. I like it. Kind of want to see what it looks like without the biker shorts so I can see the full effect of like the transparency, but I do like the way that this looks, and it can kind of be like the other pants where you could also like fold it down if you wanted to make them a little bit more low rise. So I guess you can't really tell because I have my biker shorts, but it would be lower, but pretty cute. I like these. Okay, so it is August 31st and we are less than 2 weeks away from New York Fashion Week, and I'm still not done with everything. Granted, I did go to Mexico for a long weekend for my cousin's wedding, so I had to be out of town. But now we're down to the nitty gritty. I'm leaving for New York on September 10th, so that gives me like 9 to 10 days to really finish all of this. So today I want to do the top part of like the striped pants set that I'm gonna do. Not entirely sure the like route I want to take with it. I have a couple ideas, but I'm just gonna kind of like start and see where my mind takes me. Hope for the best, but it should hopefully be a quick one, I'm assuming. So I just finished putting together the top, and I'm gonna go ahead and try it on with the bottoms and with a bodysuit under, which is how I think I'm gonna go ahead and like style it for the show. So let's try it on. Okay, here's the deal. So I like it on. I don't think you guys can really see much of the detail on the camera. Like, I like the way the bodysuit looks with the pants. Like, I like that look with it. I don't like the look with it with the top because it has like a scoop neck, and I just don't like the way that looks. And I wasn't sure about the long sleeve, but I don't like them. I want it to be like cut off. So I'm wondering if I have like black bathing suit bottoms I could put on, and then like a black bra and make that kind of the vibe. So I'm gonna kind of like see what I have, and then we're gonna retry this on. Okay, I changed and I like this so much better. So I love the idea of just like the black bra, so you can actually see the stripes a lot better. And obviously you can see that it's like a sleeveless design. Then I put on black bathing suit bottoms that I have. They're actually high-waisted ones, so it works really nicely. And I think that's gonna be the vibe. Really love how this looks. I think it's super cute. And like, obviously when you buy this, you don't have to actually buy it as a set. So like this top would work really well by itself. These bottoms would look really cute with just a bodysuit under. You could do like little like spandex shorts. You could wear like long like pant leg stuff if you wanted to. I feel like these are just fun for like beach vibes is kind of what I have with them. Like if you go to the beach at night, I feel like now that I live in LA, I'm a little more influenced by that. So yeah, I really love how this looks though. I love it as a set. I think it's super cute and super like fun. So yeah, I do obviously need to iron down the hem. It's a little wonky right now, especially in the back, and like do some little minor fix ups in that aspect, but otherwise this is pretty much done and I love the way it's looking. I think it is 10 out of 10. So it is September 7th and we're gonna make our very last look. This is gonna be a last minute added piece because I got this fabric recently. I basically got another batch from Style Guys of stuff that they were cleaning out from their inventory. So I got this really beautiful like poly satiny fabric that I thought would be so cute for a little dress. So I decided we're just gonna do it. It's gonna be a simple one. It's not gonna be anything crazy, so I'm not like stressed about time or whatever, but I'm gonna drape it with this other fabric, which is just like a cotton, pretty much a lining fabric, but they gave me like 100 yards of it, which is ridiculous, and I just don't need to use that much. So I'm gonna use it as just like my trial fabric. And please ignore the fact that they're leaf blowing outside, even though there's literally no leaves, and I don't understand why they literally leaf blow all the time. But ignore that. And also we're in the middle of a freaking heat wave and my AC works, but it's only here in my living room and it really doesn't do much. So I am like sweating my butt off. So that explains this. That being said, let's get into it. So I just took it off of the dress form and I'm going to kind of line it up and see if both sides kind of align and then make the pattern from there. So I have it like on fold on the center front bias, and then I'm just gonna kind of pin around to see if everything matches so that it can just be like a perfectly symmetrical thing, obviously. Okay, so we have the front pretty much figured out. I'm thinking this dress is just gonna be like a really nice little like slip dress moment, and it's gonna have a high neck that ties in the back into like a big bow with like really long ribbons at the end, and then it'll have an open like cowl back is what I'm thinking. So the front is pretty basic. I added a little dart here to make sure it really sits right, and I'm going to be taking it in a little bit more, but wanted to go ahead and drape the back to just kind of see how that would lay and see if I need to move the armholes down a bit or not. This is what you're going to do. Obviously this isn't the final fabric, so this fabric isn't like necessarily like laying super perfectly or anything, but I'm thinking this could look quite nice. Actually, let me double check if that's in line. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm thinking something like this where it has that little bit of like a cowl neck, so then if you have the little ribbon, it like sits really nicely, is what I'm thinking. I don't want it to be like super low of a back because yeah, I don't want it to be like crazy low, but low enough, you know? So I'm gonna kind of pin around where I want it to sit because I do want this to be relatively like tight. Obviously it's not like skin tight, but it's like tight enough, you know what I mean? Like tight with a little give, which is kind of how slip dresses fit anyway. It's never like fully tight. So that is what we are going for. I'm super excited about this one, and I think it's gonna be just so stunning also down the runway. I feel like it's just gonna look so effortless, which is kind of the vibe we're going for. I feel like this whole collection is very different vibe than a lot of the stuff that I've been doing recently. I'm kind of leaning more into the edgier side of things, which is exciting because I really love that a lot, and I leaned way too far into the feminine aesthetic recently, which I love, but I feel like I'm a little more edgy than that in my actual life. So I wanted to bring that out a bit too. And I feel like this whole collection has been a really good balance of that. Like I do have, you know, like the Diana dress and the white dress that are a little bit more feminine and more of like the vibe that I've been doing. But then I have other pieces that feel a little bit more edgy and effortless, just like chic, which is what we are going for. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the front and just kind of mark everything and then lay it down and even out the sides, make sure they're both, you know, the same, obviously. And once we have both the front and the back perfected in that way, then I'll go ahead and make the paper pattern of it and we'll cut it out in the actual fabric, which should be exciting. There's that. Also gonna mark where it folds so I know exactly where it lays. Beautiful. So there is the back to the front. Cute. And it should lay obviously nicer and be a little more drapey with the real fabric. It's just this fabric is straight cotton, so not really the vibe. So we're just gonna take this off and mark. So I've kind of adjusted the patterns a bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and transfer them onto the paper. So the way I'm gonna do it is do half and then like fold over the paper and, you know, trace it out so it's a perfect full piece. Because I find whenever I'm cutting things out on bias, it's really difficult to cut it out on fold on bias. So I'd rather do like a full piece on bias rather than cutting it on fold, even if it is a symmetrical piece. So that is why I'm going to go ahead and do it this way, just to make life a little bit easier. Okay, so I cut out the dress and roughly pinned it together to see how it looks, and I love this. I think it's so beautiful and so chic. I'm gonna add the darts. Obviously they're just pinned right now. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm gonna actually start sewing this together. I think this is really cute. I'm just gonna add like the actual like neck like ribbon kind of deal. Like I'll make like a little band and then it'll tie it in the back. And I was gonna make it like a super long kind of bow thing, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it like super long or make it like stop like midway through the back. Figure that out when we get there, but I'm gonna start kind of putting this together and sewing it up just to be able to try it on and see how it feels, what it looks like, all that jazz. The last thing I want to do right now is put this dress on because I'm so sticky and sweaty from this freaking heat wave that I really don't want to try it on, but I have to actually make sure it fits, so I'm going to do it. But just know that I have been putting this off because literally feels so sticky right now. I do have one thing that I already know I want to fix, and I haven't obviously done the hem yet, so ignore that. But I do want to fix the neckline because for whatever reason I thought it would be cute to leave it like this, and I think it's not cute, so I'm probably gonna like trim it down so it's like a nice, it doesn't have like a weird corner to it. But anyway, oh, I also added the neck. I don't think I filmed that because my camera ran out of storage and battery, so love that for us. But here is the general dress. Okay, so it fits nicely. Obviously ignore like my sports bra under it. Fits pretty well. This is what the back looks like. It's pretty cute. I'm gonna fix the side seams too. I do think it might be a little too like loose here on the sides or something, but I feel like that might be fixed with this kind of coming up more and like having this be like that, if that makes sense. Like this is just so, I don't know if like I'm gonna like this whole side boob action or not, or if I would need it to be a little more like covered, if that makes sense. Trying to figure out what the vibe is here, because if I were to turn like this, like my boob would pretty much be out, so I don't know if this is gonna work. I feel like maybe this front needed to be a little bit more open, or like less open, more like closed in. I don't know. I might have to try it on without the bra to like really get the full effect to see if I like it or not, but it does get kind of baggy out here, which makes sense because it obviously goes into like the cowl back, but I don't know if that's what I want. Like I don't know if I'm gonna like the way it looks because it kind of, actually, I don't know. Maybe I do like it. Do I like it? Do I like it? I don't know. I think the back is really freaking cute. Do like that. And for me to have that back, I need the front to also cooperate though. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it and I'll try it on eventually, like when I shower and not have a bra on, to like really see the full effect, because I'm just so like sticky and I feel so gross right now. I'm just like not the vibe. But this will be the last one once I actually finish it. But I'll probably end up finishing it tonight or tomorrow. So we'll see. But I do like the idea of it, and I think it is actually getting there. I just feel like I need to actually get the full effect once I'm not sweaty and gross. Okay, so it's the next day, and I ended up trying on the dress last night without the bra and everything, and there's still some changes I want to make. So I think I'm going to kind of redo the dress a little bit. So first things first, I definitely needed to fix the neckline, which I have pinned right now, and I actually wanted to bring it up a little bit. I think I did too much seam allowance and didn't actually like utilize it when it came to adding the neckline, so it was a little bit lower than I wanted it to be. So now it sits a little bit better there with that adjustment, but I also need to adjust the width down here, which I guess you guys can't see. Let me see. I guess I could have also just like brought the mannequin up. Hold on. So I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the seam kind of twists to the back a little bit, and that's because I didn't balance the front and back very well on the side seam, so it kind of fits awkwardly there, and I think it's a little too tight. I like the relative fit here, like it's like kind of fitted but not like too much, but I think I want it to be a little bit looser when it comes down to the hips. Like this is like tight on the hips, and I want it to just kind of like drape a little bit out. I don't want it to be like terribly tight, so I think I'm going to recut out the front and back, balance it out, make it just like the tiniest bit wider so that it's a little bit more loose. But other than that, I do like the like back. I love the little like drape of it. I think it's super nice. Like I think it looks really cute. And yeah, I do like the front now that I fixed that part of it. I think that's fine now. So yeah, now we just have to fix the whole balance thing. I don't know how well you can see it, but I feel like you can kind of see that right there. So that's what we're gonna fix, and we're gonna redo it. I'm not really that mad about it because it's pretty easy to redo. This dress is pretty simple to actually sew. so I'm not like worried about it. But I do want to get it done ASAP so we can actually start like packing everything up, because it's currently Thursday and I leave Saturday. So I want to make sure everything is in check. I want to get everything like nicely pressed and stuff, even though obviously I'm gonna have to repress it all in New York. But yeah, I just want to have everything kind of like prepped so that tomorrow can just be a full day of like packing and getting everything situated. So that is my current thought process with that. Left for this dress is to hem it, but I'm going to try it on just to make sure the fit is all right. I put the neck piece on it too, so let's do that. So keep in mind I haven't like ironed it down yet or anything, but I think this fits so much better. I like that it's a little bit looser at the hips, has a little more room to like move, and like my legs can like stretch out, if that makes sense. And I think the sides actually fit a lot better. Obviously it is still like deep on the sides because it kind of has to for it to like fall into the nice cowl in the back, but I don't feel like I'm gonna be like overly exposed at any point in time, so that's really good. Because I feel like with the other one, when I had it a little bit lower, it was cutting in a little too much into the side boob area, but I feel like this is a comfortable side boob length. So obviously I just need to hem it. I think I'm gonna make it a tiny bit shorter than it is right now. I'm just personally short, so I don't like things to be like super long. There's like a weird in between length right here that if it's at that length it makes me look shorter, so I like to always have it just like a tiny bit higher. But also I need to think about who's gonna be wearing this and maybe make it a little longer, because obviously all the models will most likely be taller than me, or are actually taller than me, so I can't make it too short. But I do need to even it out because it got stretched out a bit back there. So yeah, I just have to hem it and then this will be done, and then we officially have every single piece done. That being said, I'm gonna end the video here. I have one more piece which you guys will see in a separate video, because I made a whole finale piece and I just made a whole separate video for it because I thought it would be more fun that way. So you'll have that after this video, and then you'll actually get all the New York last minute behind the scenes stuff, and the actual show itself is also coming up. So if you haven't subscribed, do so now so you don't miss out on all of that, because it's gonna be very exciting and super fun. I'm so excited about it. I'm also doing an e-commerce shoot while I'm out there, so I will be filming that. Lots of fun stuff coming up, so subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out. And yeah, can't wait for you guys to see the show. See you then.